Hi, here's the last video I'm doing today. It's area of trapezium. It's task 271. That's all this is. Okay, area of trapezium. So here we go. Right, now I'm starting by just pulling this to the bottom, so I've just wrote some notes at the bottom to start with. And this is how we work out the area of the trapezium. First of all, we add the parallel sides, and we always put this one in brackets. We multiply by how far apart they are, which we sometimes call the height, and then we divide by 2. And that's the basic formula, the steps to get the area of a trapezium. Trapezium is any shape where it's got one set of parallel sides, and that's it. That's the only thing special about trapezium, one set of parallel sides. So we add the parallel sides, multiply by how far apart they are, known as the height, and we divide by 2. So I'll show you what this looks like. So for this first one, the parallel sides are these two sides here. They normally have arrows indicating the parallel, but I don't think they have on MyMaths. I'll just have a look at the picture. No, there's no arrows, but these are clearly the parallel sides, these two. So we're going to add these two together in brackets. So I'm going to have, on my calculator, I'm going to do 5 plus 7 in brackets. I'm going to multiply it by this height, so I'm going to multiply by the distance between the two parallel sides, which is this 3, and then I'm going to finish by dividing by 2. Okay, so that's going to be the formula. So then I'm just going to calculate, I'm going to type that in. So on the calculator, you'll see, hopefully you can see this, I'm going to do, 5 plus 7 in brackets, so 5 plus 10 done, that'll start it. In brackets 5 plus 7, close my brackets, I'm multiplying by 3 and I'm dividing by 2, and I'm getting the answer 18 as the area of my trapezium. I'm just going to change the focus on this thing because it's badly focused, I think. That's better. So I've got 18, and that'll be centimetres squared, I guess, for the answer to that one. So that's 18 centimetres squared. Okay, and that's it. So if I look at this one, I've got add the parallel sides. So on the calculator, I'm going to put 6.4 plus 7.8. I'm going to multiply by the distance between them. So the height is 5.8. It's called the height. That's a bit weird because it's on the side. And then I'm going to divide by 2 because you always finish on a trapezium with dividing by 2. So on the calculator, in brackets, I'm putting 6.4 plus 7.8, close my brackets, I'm multiplying by 5.8 and I'm dividing by 2. And I get the answer 41.18, and that'll be centimetres squared because it's an area. So the last one, we've got this thing up here. Now this is a bit weird, this one. So first of all, I'm going to add the parallel sides. These are the two parallel sides, so 6.1 plus the 7.7. Multiply by the distance between them. The distance between them is this 4. So I'm multiplying by 4, and then I'm dividing by 2. Now what you notice is this number here has got nothing to do with the area. When you look at areas, you're always looking for right angle. So this height has to be at a right angle. It's got a posh name. It's called the perpendicular distance between these two sides. It's a bit posh, but it just means it's at a right angle. So when you see this diagonal line, that doesn't count. Okay. So these are the two parallel sides, and this is the height. This has got nothing to do with the area. So I get my calculator, get the buttons starting to go on. I've got 6.1 plus 7.7, close the bracket, times by 4 divided by 2, and I've got 27.6, and that'll be centimetres squared again. Okay. You will see formulas for the trapezium, which is basically this thing. There's sometimes you rearrange it. I'm trying to think half A plus B times by H or something, it will be, but there's all sorts of different rearrangements. But you basically add the parallel sides, do that in brackets. Now if you don't do it in brackets, the calculator will just work out 7.7 times 4, it won't do this adding up first. So if you're going to do it without brackets, you've got to do 6.1 plus 7.7, you've got to press equals, then times by 4 divided by 2. But it's safer just to put it in brackets. That's why in the notes you'll see I've got my add the parallel sides is in brackets. Okay, multiply by how far apart they are, divide by 2. So that's page 1. Page 2, I've got this weird shape. It's a compound shape, so there's a trapezium on its side there, there's a rectangle here, and there's another trapezium over here. So the trapezium rule is add the parallel sides. These are the two parallel ones. So I'm going to do for this one, it's going to be in brackets 11 plus 12. And then I'm going to multiply by how far apart they are, so I'm going to multiply by the 6, and then I'm going to divide by 2, because that's how you do with trapeziums. So let's do that one. That plus 12 times by 6 divided by, oops, not take away, divided by 2 is 69. So apparently this is 69 for this one. This area is just a big rectangle. For a rectangle, you're just going to do 12 times 15 on your calculator. So 12 times 15 is 180. 180 there. And on this one, we know this line here is going to be the same as this one, so this line is going to be 12, and then it is a trapezium, so we're going to do in brackets 12 plus the 8, add the parallel sides, times by the distance between them, so times by 10, and divide by 2 to get the answer. So we've got 12 plus 8 times by 10, and then divide by 2 should be 100, so we've got 100 there. Okay. And it's always useful when you're doing these to have actual diagrams you actually write on the diagrams. The total area of the shape then, so the total area is 180, sorry, we'll start with the 69, 69 plus 180 plus the other 100, so the total area is 349, and that's meters squared. Okay, so that's basically the area question sorted out. Then it's got this follow-up question, which is what happens in exams. So they give you this follow-up question. It's going to cost you £8 per tin, and you've got 30 square meters to cover. How many tins do you have to buy, or how much is it going to cost you altogether? Well, you should be able to see that if I just divide this by 30, which is one way of going about it, I guess. So let's have a look. 349 divided by 30 turns out to be some weird number, right? 11.663. So I've got 349 square meters. I know each tin holds 30, and that's giving me 11.633, whatever. And that's going to mean I'm going to need 12 tins. Okay, so 12 tins you've got to buy, because you can't buy this 0.63 of a tin, so it doesn't matter what this number is, you've got to buy the next one up. So if that was 11.33333, I'd still need to buy 12 tins. So it's not a case of rounding, it's a case of logical thinking. So I'm going to buy 12 tins. Another way to think about one would be 10 tins would cover 300, wouldn't it? 10 would be 300, 11 would be 330, so there's still 19 square meters left over. So I'd have to buy that 12th tin just to get the 19 square meters, just to finish off the wall or whatever it is. Yeah, it's a wall, so to finish off the wall I need one more tin. So 12 tins. Each tin costs 12 pounds, so it's 12 times the £8, and 12 eighths are 96. So that's just going to be £96, and you can do your calculator for that one. So the answer for this final question I've got is in fact £96. Okay. Area of a trapezium. The trick for the area of trapezium, let's just do the summary bit, is add the parallel sides together, multiply by how far apart they are, which is sometimes known as the height, and then divide by 2. Okay, so don't forget to divide by 2. That's it, folks. I hope that helps. Good luck. Bye now.